Who do I want to read next? Let's go through.
The past made present.
Let's do the Raven Guard.
For this.
Hero of Baldur's Gate, vanquisher of the absolute. The city is forever in your debt. For whatever your valor, your audacity, your sacrifice, it will not be renewal. It will not be renewal. It will not know renewal. It is not temples and inns and homes that I speak of, but hearts. Baldur's Gate can never be the city it was before it suffered the Absolute's touch, and that is as it should be. The survivors have borne witness to their homes and their destruction. They have come to regret turning a blind eye to the cruelty Gartesh disguised as safety and security, and they understand, just as I have come to understand, that trust, compassion, and unity are the foundation of Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate. Our gates are open once more to the disowned and displaced. The Flaming Fist will learn to be true servants of the people, and I will devote myself to ridding the gate of the shameful fears that allowed evil to enter our homes and sit at our table. Yours, Arthur Ravengard. 9 fingers. I'm not much for leaving my city, but it does gladden a girl's heart to be asked to a ball, so I thank you for that much. In my place, except a few casts of fine vintage that managed to roll their way down the upper city in all the commotion, the rebuilding has given rise to many such happy opportunities, worth discussing over more civilized drink in my guild hall. If you find yourself at a loose end, enjoy the muck and see if you can get the high harpers to sing. You won't be disappointed. 9 fingers. Oh, is Ironmeister mad at us? Do you recall the first day we met, my boy?
This seems pretty
You could have been no more than 8 summers old, clutching your mother's apron, eyebrows singed off by the fireball you unleashed into your neighbor's rose bush. You were crying because the flowers were so beautiful, and you did not mean to destroy them. How kind, how eager, how brilliant you were, and yet so naive. You could not yet see that power so carelessly begets destruction, but so too might your good nature be the guiding light by which your abilities might shape our world for the better. Where is that child now? Now I wonder. Did he remain that Blackstaff nose buried in the books? Does he live within his mother's aging heart, weeping for those roses, or is he within you still, lost among the trappings of godhood you so casually dim yourself with? Wherever he is, I hope he can forgive me. To him I promise I will not make the same mistakes again. I might. Oh.
Good song, good company, and good wine from the
Let's see. Where is he? Can we produce water, oranges, wine? Can we say something about it?
The only thing I fear is the ever-growing size of your ego, Gale.
Oh, Tara. It hurts to be so misunderstood by my oldest friend. A bold decision to treat a divine being with such You mortals.
No, wait,
Haven't
what
you any
was?
ambitions, Tara? I can
Oh,
help you,
let's take it.
you know?
Oh, at what cost?
Letter from Hope. I had a dream last night. Not that there are many nights here, or many days. It was a dream about you, all of you, and you were here with me, and I have served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheese and enough tea to quench your dessert. You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. Nobody has asked that for so long that I don't know if anyone has ever asked that all. I don't have the words to answer, so instead, I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that were here with me. They were Raphael's once, but now they only belong to themselves. The archive is an art gallery. The Baldur is a grand kitchen, and the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know, but I am hope, and I persist because of you. That's cool. Marina. Thought I'd reach out first for once. I finally had my baby, a beautiful boy. I can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. He screams his head off half the night, and I barely slept, but I'm the happiest I've ever been. Other than my wedding day, of course. I decided to name him Connor after his dad. With Ethel gone, myself and some other hag survivors have started our own publishing house. We've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Me, an author, it's like something out of a dream. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hag, but you know what they say, write what you know. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up at our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. But so long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate. You have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't just to talk your ear off, it's to say thank you for saving a scared young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. I couldn't have been more wrong. Next time we meet, price are on me, Marina. Oh, I like you a little bit more. Nocturne? I don't even remember who Nocturne is. Dear Shadowheart. Oh, Shadowheart's friend. I hope that you're happy and well. I must keep this short as I remain surrounded by short followers. At almost every waking moment in my new enclave, I dearly wish for you to enjoy your night spent with old friends and hope that you and I shall share such a reunion. I know it must seem strange for me to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of the bravery that you did and walk away from this life. Until then, I shall keep safe and hold memories of you as my one ember of light amid an ocean of darkness, until we find each other once again. Yours always, Nocturne. Aww. Zevlor. I hope my penmanship has improved somewhat in the past months. When I first stumbled into the city, I shook so badly that I could scarcely hold the soup the priest pressed into my hands, let alone write in thank you as you deserve. It is only with the city itself began to shake that I felt my hands grow still. Along with the other veterans sheltering at the temple, the discards of Alterel's unworthy legions, I watched the monstrosity rise over the city. We felt no fear, only anger, disgust, purpose, and with it, power. I do not know what oath we cling to now, or how long it will last, but we shall use it to ensure that this city will not suffer as Alterel did, whether it wants us or not. It is more than thanks alone I owe. No words can make amends for what I did to my people, and that is as it should be. More come to the temple every day to aid in the relief efforts, and if I am permitted to work alongside them, then I am content. Come and see us when you can, therefore. He did his best with what he had. Damon. Hey there, would you mind passing this on to Karlach? Thanks a mil. Karlach, if you're reading this, you're alive. One way or another, you found a way, thank the gods. I think of you often, wondering what's become of you. Write to me, won't you? Please. Yours faithfully, Damon. Does he have a crush?
Cheers to you.
Oh, no, wrong person.
Look at this.
Arts. Oh, crap. To an old acquaintance, I write to you from the sunny porch of Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are milling in and out, builders, visitors, and children of all ages in Halsin's care. I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. A kind friend is transcribing this to me. Daniel rejoined with Oliver. His promise to be with me when the end comes. Daniel, rejoined with Oliver, has promised to be with me when the end comes. And as our old songs drift on the wind ever louder, I know I have mere days left. But I do not fear it. If not for your help, this land would still be shrouded in darkness. and still be lost within it. Know that my heart is full and happy, and I'm grateful for my last moments. Do visit someday, and if you have time to stop by an old flaming fist grave, I would love to see you, Art. Oh, grr.
Withers has laid out quite a spread of
To the
food.
spawn, Astarion. Greetings from the family of Alma hunters and masters and
Perhaps
keepers
he
of
wishes
peace
to live
across Faerun.
vicariously through the attendees' appetites.
We know this letter finds you well, for although we hunt you no longer, we do sometimes keep a watch. Your restraint and control over your bloodlust has been admirable indeed. It has been an inspiration for our children. We have struggled with their own hunger. These last months have been a difficult time for our people. We have protected and nurtured our children as best we can, and we have learned much. Herbs we once used to dull our foes' minds are now sedatives to ease hunger and pain. Restraints built to hold on to the undead now protect them from themselves. There has been a lot of pain, but a lot of progress too. Our children learned discipline and control, while we learned compassion and patience. There was a time when we would have destroyed any undead creatures, our own blood or not, and called it a mercy. But then we met you. We saw that redemption was possible. Difficult, yes. Painful, but possible. We saved our children, first from Cazador and then from us. For that, we thank you. We will watch you still, but with more admiration than fear. Walk in peace, Astarion. Letter from Valeria. Salutations. I'm writing to request your help in a mysterious case that was arisen since our little ball and bash a half year ago. Regrettably, I have to take the credit for dispelling the ball caught in your presence, you understand. And I'm working on writing the remaining ball list from our fair city, with the newly promoted Blaze the Velia Fountainhead in tow, of course. This has made me a target. A false document bringing my name into ill repute has been made public, and alleged unpaid bar tab at the elf song. If you happen to be passing through with the binder of coin, perhaps you could persuade management of my obvious innocence? Much obliged. Investigator Valeria, Sleuth of Helm. Any advice on getting ballless blood out of cloth? My head's not been the same since the murder tribunal. Sure. Sebastian. After so long in a vampire cell, I had almost forgotten how to write. Never mind what to write. But what can you say to the person who unlocked your cage and gave your life back? Or gave us some kind of life at least. After you killed Cazador and opened our cells, we fled into the Underdark. There were thousands of us, a ravenous wave, mad with freedom and out for blood, and God did we find blood. We swarmed every monster and unfortunate in our path, drinking what we could. We lost hundreds along the way. Some to bears, but most just disappeared into the dark. It wasn't easy, but eventually Cazador's house spawn claimed us and took control. They found some old ruins we could call home, and we've been there ever since, building new lives for ourselves. We're not free down here. The dark will chain us forever, but we aren't the prisoners we once were either, and that's thanks to you. You looked in our cages and saw people, not monsters. And here, down in the shadows, we're trying to live up to that. Thank you now and forever, Sebastian. I'm trying to decide. Edward.
Seems pretty red, but
A small excerpt from a self-published poemic tabloid, a notice attached at the top. I will not be silenced. Needling with Edward. Friends, Baldurians, my people, consider our loss. Our lauded and benevolent patriarchs, maimed. Our great upper city libraries, demolished. The very beating heart of our great city, the right to speak freely, dead upon the cobbles. Do you not see, my friends? Lord Gartash, formerly our greatest bulwark against the Absolute, is now smeared as a collaborator? His allies and colleagues tossed aside. Former publications of repute turned into censorious farces. I asked you. Oh, fine. Should have burnt that. Elvira. Hello, Friend, I'm sorry it's been so long, but I have the most amazing news. You know how Lucrezia was working insane hours at the Elf Song Tavern? Well, she woke me up one morning all excited and told me she had a surprise for me. She took me to the house in Dolores City. There was a plaque hanging up outside it. A plaque with your and Lahala's names on it and School of Music beneath it. I just burst into tears. I couldn't believe it. It's the cutest house you've ever seen, with a big open space downstairs and a small loft where we can sleep. Word spread, and before I knew it, I had a room packed with trainee bars from Counterkeep to Waterdeep. Lucrezia had to quit the elf song to hang out. I'm teaching night and day and fall into bed utterly exhausted every night. And I've never been happier. Do come and visit sometime. We love to have you. Lots of love, Elfira. Floric. Dear friend, I'll doubted you for so long. Perhaps you know that already. In spite of my best attempts, you prove yourself time and time again. At Joaquin's Rest and Moonrise Towers and Worm's Rock, and still I doubted. The Netherbrain's defeat should have proven your courage, yet I was more doubtful than ever. This was a rouse, a dream, a trick, and then one eve from the elf song, I heard it, a singing. A ravenous lewd, turtleless, drunken refrain. I have heard anything more. I've never heard anything more terrible and more beautiful. I raised my voice and joined the chorus. That was the moment all my doubts melted away and was replaced with something more valuable, hope. Baldur's Gate will be whole again. I might have doubted you, but you never did. With profound admiration, Floric. Yeah, I'm doing that fire last. I'm doing Arabella last. Barkus. To whom it may concern, Wizards gave me this address and said I could consider writing, thus an update. The Iron Hand gnomes are nearly beyond help, but I've managed to yoke them into something resembling a coherent force for innovation. We've been hired to assist in the city's reconstruction, and our steam powered objects moderations are helping to move building supplies in every part of the city. It's nothing really. I am well. I trust you are too. We deserve it after all, don't we? Barker's fruit. Next, Arabella. Hey you, it's Arabella. You remember me, right? Bone Man once said I needed to find balance, where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, a root of all things, a root of all being. Fancy talk. He was right though. After I touched that item in the grove, it was like a big tree started to grow in my head, and all these weird thoughts and feelings and powers sprouted on its branches like big, thick leaves. I had to figure myself out, so I followed the weave, like Bowman said. I don't know how I knew what to do. I just did. After you squished the brain, Beard Man showed up. Said the weave led him to me, and me to him. He's teaching me how to make sense of all these leaves on my head tree. Who is Spirit Man? He says I need to use magic responsibly. He also says not to call him Beard Man. I'll let you know how it goes. Who is that El Meister? Last holdout cultist cleared from Temple of Baal. Iron Throne wreckage continues through block shopping lanes, complain merchants, settlers bound for lands. A private amid claims curses lifted. Follow Trump Garen's Guide to Baldur's Gate. Bard sees contributors to newest editions. Okay, my guy. 6 months since the assassination of Archduke Gortash. Witnesses encounter vampire spawn and live to tell the tale. Small Sun, tour new district built by Alteran refugees. New Bardic School Tiefling founder secures upper city funding. Janet House to host evening of art and culture celebrating salvations of city. Raven Guard returned to full strength. Gandians disband. God's time has come and gone. Iron Hands and Gandians rebuild. City's new era of ingenuity. Serial killer unmasked as crazed Baltus. Wave servant murder solved. Thorm's army dispersed from Baldurian borders. Report Stone Lord killed by beloved ranger. Almond cakes of a burnous. Authoring refugees and owners of city's newest cafe shared their recipe. Harper's out of hiding. Secretive sect step forward to aid city. fresh stock. An interview with the new master of Ramsden's Tower. Alright. Not doing that right now. Where did he go? There you go. Allison.
You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
I feel it's mutual. I've missed you.
We have all pined for each
Have
other's
we not been
company, I
together?
sense. I cannot imagine otherwise after what we shared. That bond was forged in a crucible that can never be stoked again, Oak Father willing. It is a bond that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
The future's ours, so right, who knows what we might yet share together.
You are right, of course. I am accustomed to dwelling on the past, even when it brought me nothing but unhappiness. You changed that, and gave me the most precious of memories. Now the task is to make yet more of them, so that each reunion shall be all the sweeter. And who's to say we need to make such gatherings a rare occasion? My hearth is yours to warm yourself beside always. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on.
Have we not been
Eager to hear
together?
all you've been doing.
I want to hear about the life you've made, the people you've
In
helped.
that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together.
I recall you have quite a few young warriors to care for, 9 wagons of them, wasn't it?
My greatest purpose and greatest reward. Those children have been through more than fate had any right to cast at them, and yet they go on as resilient as anything in nature. I impart what knowledge I can to them, yet, in truth, they teach me far more. The land we saved is theirs, and they will cherish it, I'm sure. Thaniel and Oliver shall never want for friends again.
I need to see this place for myself.
You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see, my charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
All right, let me see what I have.
I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
Tell the tales of the past 6 months.
You have kept yourself busy. I expected no less, in truth. I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few more nights yet, thanks to you. And should you wish to retell of your exploits in person, well, I shall not object to a night off. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
I wouldn't say no to a kiss.
I live to serve.
Perfect.
I shall never tire of that.
What about the Grove? Do they stay in touch?
On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence.
Tell me about Danny and Oliver.
Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned.
Still partial Roman and bear farm, I take it.
I spend half my days in ursine form. The children demand it. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be.
You see murders? Let's not turn and leave.
Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this.
No.
Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
It's lovely.
Just a token to remember me by.
Are we bringing up?
Now,
Like,
I've
what is
taken up enough
happening?
of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later. It truly is splendid to see everyone gathered together again. If only for a night. I shall never tire of that.
I'm confused. At least we still have some of our stuff. Let's do... Where's Withers? No, that's Gale.
This is...
Oh, there he is. Oh, pretty thing. Seriously? Holy water. Book of the willing soul. Essence of planar feather recipe of arc. Really? That's never failed them. Solo crush D. Specimen. Wow. Do you really need this? Then it's signed. Interesting. Case file. Baltus gave us his flint silver. Higher powers. Nothing. What? Nothing. I don't want to take it. Sure. No gold. Where did he go? Oh. Oh, wait, let's look at the bookshelf. Unclaimed. Lady of Loss. Death and Divinity. Alright, let's talk to Withers. Oh, you battle, right? Withers.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
I can't help but feel some things have been left undone.
If thou could only see the paths of fate untaken, thy mind would surely break. Be glad of thy chosen path. It is, after all, thine. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
I think I've caught up with everyone. What comes next?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over.
No.
For now.
Ugh.
Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
The greatest, So the greatest friends I could dream of.
To you.
There we go. What an adventure. ending I really don't like, I think, is Gale's. It makes sense. You can tell that's where he was going to go with it. Oh, beautiful music. What a great story. From the Netherloid ship escape to the Netherbrain's defeat. I'm trying to think what was the worst fight. Netherbrain, excuse me, the Netherbrain was a horrible fight. But honestly, I think it's mainly because of who I brought. If I would have brought Astarion instead of Gale and gave Astarion a speed potion, it would have went a whole lot faster. Let's see, where's maybe Kethric's fight was, I think his fight was hard because I was not expecting that second phase. Whereas the Netherbrain fight, it was a long, like, I don't know, I feel like Moonrise. No, I feel like the Goblin Camp was honestly harder than the last few fights. The Goblin Camp was back to back, really with no signs of rest once we started attacking, whereas you were able to rest. We had potions but I guess that's the purpose, where you realize, okay, I'm more established, I'm better prepared. I'm trying to think, what's my best? The last act just had a lot going. It was great, it just had a lot happening. And I was all over the place. I feel like the second act was more... I feel like the second act was more consistent. We had a starting point to a final destination point. And everything we did kind of coincide along that travel. Whereas Baldur's Gate, though amazing, was huge. But I was easily distracted between missions and between different quests. I didn't even finish the Dribbles the Clown quest. Whereas I know the second, like, Act 2 was like, I don't know, Act 2 just felt more structured. Act 1 was great as well, but a good bit of Act 1 I knew because of from early access. Still great, but I don't know, I just feel like Act 2, I like the idea of, okay, we have an idea in mind, this is what we have to do, this is the troubles along the way. Whereas Act 3 was, this is happening, figure it out, there's a lot of troubles going on, then I'm still. I want to know what was going on with the guy in that tree in Baldur's Gate. So obviously, it could have been something cut or something.
It's not my fault. I'm not to blame. These ain't my sins. I broke my chains. There's more to do if I can only leave. I can't go yet. Don't let me die. I'll never stop until I'm done. But just tonight, maybe I'll rest in peace.
I wonder if.
I feel your breath upon my neck. A soft caress is cold as
Hmm.
I hear your heartbeat in my soul. Our endings bound, our bodies know. I can't go yet. Don't let me die. I want to live, my only one. There's more to do if we can only live. The clock won't stop, and this is what we get.